We're back with Lonnie Talbert. We're talking about his campaign and what he'd like to accomplish once he's in office. We have about 6 minutes left.
Great.
Talk about, I know you're looking forward to taking the commissioner's position there. How much work do you think will require after the transition before you're able to kind of get away from all the politics and get to the actual kind of work itself, I guess?
Well, I really try, I'm going to try in the next 3 to 4 months before I take office to start to get familiar with those issues that'll be hot and heavy as soon as I come in. I don't think I'm afforded the luxury of a steep learning or of a long learning curve. It's going to be steep, and that's okay. I've come across that always in my career, and I'm up for that challenge. So I'm ready, and so I'm going to do my homework in advance. I'm going to get prepared in advance. Current commissioners that are going to be reelected, sit with, understand, meet with constituents, understand, start to decide who I want to be my chief of staff so I can have that person pretty much hired by the day that I start, so we can really get into to understanding the issues. But really focusing on sort of the macro perspective of, again, what is it we need to do for the county? What do we need to do so that the county continues to be successful as a part of the state in conjunction with the city, and be ready for that.
Do you sit down with the, and I'm sure you're going to do that through the transition, you sit down with the current commissioner and then go over, how does that work as far as you taking over from the previous commissioner's position?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm willing to, and I'd be willing to sit down with the current commissioner if he's available,
I'm sure
when
he's
he's
going to
available.
sit down with you, right?
Sure, if he will, then that'll be great. I'll do that. But if not, then I will just make sure that I'm understanding what the issues are coming up as soon as I take office, and making sure I'm prepared regarding those, whether it be Paseo interchange or whether it be issues with the MDC.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Right.
What was the first thing you would like to tackle? Is there anything specific or?
Nothing at the top of mind right now, other than knowing that getting our economy and making sure that we have a business-friendly county is what I'm hearing all the time. Making sure that we're responsible with our spending, making sure that we're transparent with our spending, and making sure that as a commissioner that I'm accountable for the spending and for the office that has been entrusted to me. So whether it be infrastructure needs like Paseo, whether it be infrastructure like the MDC, whether it be other issues, programs and services, senior centers, or pools or Little League, those are all important things to people in the county, and specifically District 4. But making sure I understand what those issues are, and not just make any quick and rash decisions without the proper understanding.
And you got a pretty challenging few years ahead of you there.
Sure.
I'm sure you're a pretty bright person. You'll adjust really well. And I think your private sector experiences really comes in handy when something like that. Exactly what exactly did you do in your job before
I've done a number of things. Most recently I was Chief Operating Officer with Heritage Home Healthcare. I was
primarily in healthcare.
No, actually financial services.
I see.
So I've worked for Household International. I've worked for Citigroup. I've worked for First Community Bank. Helped them with their operations and technology. I've done healthcare. I'm consulting right now. I'm in operations consulting, working with a number of different companies around the country at different times with efficiency studies and really understanding the operations, the nuts and bolts of what things work. So I think that background as well is going to be extremely helpful in understanding how the county works.
Are you able to continue to work as a commissioner? I wasn't quite clear on that.
I have to. Yeah, it's a stipend, and it's and the county commission meetings are in the evenings. I think they begin at 5 o'clock and can go till when they're done, and that's fine. 2 times a month, and the different months where there's adjusted schedule, and then special meetings and special committee meetings. But I'll have to continue to work full time. Yes, it's important to my family and to our well-being that I make sure I'm gainfully employed as well as taking on the role of county commissioner.
Yeah, because it's a pretty tough task at some point, especially when you got the politics being involved in it at some point, and then you have to work through all that, and then you have other commissioners there, they have their own things that they like to work on.
Oh, right.
Is there anything that you would like to say to your constituents? I know we have a few minutes left here. Go ahead and feel free to tell us, I'm sure your constituents are watching you Yeah.
Well, I just want to say, first of all, thank you to the show and for having me on. Thank you to the constituents of District 4 for having the faith in me to vote me in the primary against the current commissioner, against the incumbent, with a great vote of confidence. That's a great way to start. I also am saying, in the general, please come out, vote again. Make sure you vote in general for whoever it is that you're voting for, and not be on the sidelines. The only way to make change happen is to be a part of it. So make sure you get out and vote, and then to reach out to me. I'm accessible, I'm approachable, and my whole reason for serving is because the constituents of District 4 elected me, and the whole reason that there are county commissioners is to serve the districts of the county
And you're unopposed, so basically you get sworn in January, right?
Right.
And
we continue to fundraise, we continue to campaign, and make sure that we're prepared come January, because the last thing I want to be is to get sworn in and not be prepared. I got a lot to learn. I'm open and understand that, but I also am excited about that opportunity because it's a great chance.
It's good to have you. I'm glad you came. Appreciate.
Well, I really appreciate it.
You'll have to come back once you're sworn in.
Anytime.
Okay.
You have my number. You have my email.
Absolutely.
Please reach out, and
I know we
we'll
got you here on a short notice. I really appreciate that.
No problem at all. I'm
you,
excited to be a part of your new show. And
yes.
I wish you luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is a great venture.
Yes.
I think people have been wanting to understand what it is elected officials are all about, and this is going to be a great venue for them to do that.
We hope it works.
Oh, it's